right. Woo. All right, so now wish you would have share. Welcome, welcome. Day one of the Stop Fucking Around and Be the Leader You Were Born to Be. We are here, we are live. We had a little bit of delay because we had a tech glitch. Hey, Joshua. All right, Susan, just check in with me and let me know when you're able to share the page. I can share on this end too. Nope, that's invite. That's yours. Hey, Dana. Hey, Mary Beth. Yeah, so we'll get started in just a sec. We're just going to share these into the groups. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Edward. Oh, Mr. Bond, how are you? Okay, let me know when it's shared to Biz. Okay. For the woman who knows she was born for more and is ready to own her power and step the fuck up. Free 3-day training in the middle of the insanity while we're in the middle of moving, doing this shit. It's awesome. Hey, Kelly. All right, we're just, I see Susan. It went on the business page. That one worked. Perfect. We're gonna give just another minute for people to hop on because I was a few minutes late trying to work out tech. So apparently from the business page, just for my entrepreneurs out there, sharing it to your personal page is not available. So we just go live on the personal page, share it to the business page, no problem. Awesome. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. So as we're getting started, my team is sharing it. Awesome. Yep, I just got a post that was shared in there too. Thank you, Susan. We will always beat the tech. Okay, what I would like you to do is comment in the comments and let me know where the hell you're from. I know we got a lot of new people in there. Hey, Mark. Hey, Diana. Hey, Hope. Comment in the comments and let me know where you are from in the world so I can see where everybody is at. I know we got Australians. I love my Australians. I know my Canadians. And then even where you are in the States. Oh, Baton Rouge. I didn't know that, Dana. How did I not know that? This is why I ask these things. Missouri. I went to, when I was in the military, I was stationed down in Missouri in Fort Leonard Wood. We used to call it Fort Lost in the Woods. Oh my God, I'm so excited to do this training. Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, Glenn, when I was in Phoenix, I remember back in the day when I went in the pool, I just visited there and I went in the pool and I thought I was gonna die. It was like awful, like 100 degrees. Michigan, Indiana. Oh my God, so awesome. Yay. Okay, now one more thing that I would like from you. I would love to know anything you guys have been curious about. So I'm doing 3 trainings. I know what I'm gonna share with you guys, but just for mine and my team purposes, like just throw in the comments. If you're on the replay, that's cool too. If you haven't signed up for the 3 free trainings, just go to mandyperry.com and register right there. And then you'll get the replays and the email and that kind of stuff. You'll have full access to all 3 trainings. We got Toronto, California. Awesome. Hawaii. My brother's out in Hawaii. Awesome. Hey, Catherine. Okay, so anything that comes up, anything you're curious about, anything you're wanting to learn or know, I don't care if it's business related, personal related, anything like that, just hop on. Just leave a comment and let us know anything that you're curious about. Sacramento. Hey, Mandy. UK in the house. Hey, Catherine. Oh, it's so freaking awesome. I'm so excited. Also, feel free to tag your friends in here. So any of your friends who you feel like are badasses and are kicking ass and could use some support, this is totally free, no catch. You guys just to get loved on and supported here. So feel free to tag any of your friends in the comments to join us as well. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people wonder, like, what is it even that I do, right? Like, they get that basically I help entrepreneurs build their business, but like, what does it even mean? Like, so when I started this, I was a health coach, and this like long story made so stupid short for you guys, right? Because this is not about me. I want to serve you guys, but a lot of people wonder this, right? So hey, Baltimore. Hey, Crystal. So I started this journey a little over 2 years ago, and I was a nanny. I was only making $400 a week. I was in school for nursing, and then I went to neuropsych, and I was always just trying to figure out like how to rescue myself, how to, you know, rescue everyone I loved, and like if I could just figure out my brain, then I could help heal everybody around me, and like this was the deal that I was trying to figure out. So none of it worked, and I just kept bouncing around. I was in school for 10 fucking years. My uncle was definitely like, you should have your PhD by now. It's really funny. Hey babe, my husband just left him. So all that went on, and then right around there I started health coaching. I went to HCI for health coaching. I came out, I was health coaching. I'm like, I'm making this story super short, right? In between here it was like massive growth and like working on my worth, and like just even believing that I could have the things I fucking wanted, or believing that I could even dare to dream. Like I just saw myself as who I was. Like I just was the girl that I was. I was messy, I was kind of a disaster. And so then you know, I had worked my way up. Like I went to community college, and then after I like saw like, oh, I got A's in community college, I went to a state school, and then I was like, oh, I did pretty kind of good in state school. Maybe I'm not the stupid blonde everybody thought I was. So then I went to URI, and I was like, oh, I aced in URI, and then I got accepted to the neuro program, and I started to like build this faith in myself a little bit at a time. And a lot of people look at me and they think this like overnight success, but they don't see the struggle and the fucking showing up and the shit that I went through, and the calling myself on it, and letting my bullshit be seen, and the scary decisions that I made to back myself up. I was just watching Elon Musk the other day, and like the story about how he had 30 million left. He had already invested the other 100-something million, and 30 million left, and he was trying to decide if he puts it in both companies or all in one company. So in both of them, they might both fail or both succeed. All in one, that one will probably succeed, and the other one will definitely fail. And like I think about stuff like that, and that's like, yeah, that's why Elon Musk is Elon Musk, because who else is fucking willing to do that? Not too many people. Oh, hi mom, Bailey said. You just watch my mouth. Earmuffs! I love you, baby. My daughter's really on. That's really funny. Hey, Jamie. So long story made short, then I started figuring out like, oh, it's actually like money can't rescue the people I love. And there's no such thing as leaving people behind. And I started thinking about these things and like going through this journey, and I came face to face with myself. Like, this really wasn't about anyone else. It wasn't about the childhood I had or the traumas I went through. It wasn't fucking about how much money I made now. It wasn't about like who I was, like all the things that people had told me I was. It wasn't about like making sure my parents were happy or whoever else had made comments were happy. It wasn't about being a good girl and staying in this box, or being like in society and like making sure I hit all the pieces to it, right? It wasn't about those fucking things. It was about me. And it was about the way I actually thought and the way I chose to see the world. Like when shit happened, what was the meaning I gave it? Like what did I say it happened for? Let me just hop on my page real quick so I can see. Right? So it wasn't about any of those fucking things. So, and this is like everything, right? So like when you're at the place when you find yourself kind of repeating the same behaviors over and over, and you're wondering why the fuck you just can't get on the other side of it, you're gonna hit a point where you're just like, I'm literally done with not getting the thing on the other side of this. Like I'm so fucking done with showing up every day, and this is the thing that I get, and it doesn't stop. Like I just keep getting the same behavior, and I can't figure out how to get on the other side of that behavior. And I'm scared, and I'm worried about what other people are thinking. I'm worried about what other people are saying. And I came to that place where I was face to face with myself, and like I was either gonna still continue to buy into the fucking story that this was hard and everything's fucked up for me because all the shit I've been through, and you know, other people's life isn't as hard as mine, and they don't get it, and I can't be like them because I didn't have their kind of childhood, or I didn't have that kind of safety, or I didn't have people, hey Ruth, I didn't have people supporting me and helping me, and like, you know, and here I was a single mom, and I pushed through all this stuff, and then I'm pushing myself in a relationship, and like that's enough, right? Like that should be enough. Like I'm doing a lot and people don't get it, right? So I could have stayed at the place where I kept telling myself that story, and I stayed focused on like all this extra work. Like literally I didn't have a washer and dryer. I had to ask permission to get my clothes washed, and I had to like bring the clothes that I had to the nanny house and like wash them and then like load them back at the car and then bring them home and put them away. I didn't have a dishwasher. I didn't have any of like those normal things. Plus I was going to school full time and I was a mom. I'm like, all these stories about, and I could have stayed focused on how fucking hard everything was at any given point in my life. I could have stayed focused on that. And that is the biggest thing, right? Like if you guys get nothing else from day one, it is, I want you to look for 1 second at what you think about the most, what you say the most, what you talk about the most, right? This is about stepping the fuck up into your life and stop playing out the shitty little stories about how small you are, how small everybody else, and how hard everything is, and how complicated it is, and how we don't know better. Like, that's what this is about. It's about all the times you're telling yourself, I'm going to, and I should, instead of like, it's done. It's fucking done. On to the next thing. Like, okay, I went and I did it. I got the result and I came back, right? So I wasn't doing that in my life. I was saying, well, the reason I didn't is because this and this and this. Well, you don't understand because this and this and this. But I don't know how to do that. But I don't understand. But this is hard. But you don't get how hard this is for me. But you don't understand the trauma that I went through. Like, this is the stuff I was telling myself. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Sarah. Right? So, like, this is the stuff I was stuck in. And, like, all of a sudden I started to see it. And I remember this wonderful woman said to me, like, when are you going to stop using that? Like, at what point in your life do you get to the place where you're done saying it's because of what happened to me? Like, at what point do you stop needing everybody else to know what you went through as your excuse to not show the fuck up, right? And of course she didn't say it that way. I'm saying it that way. Catherine, you just told my story, right? This is why one of my mottos is we are all the same. Like, hashtag we are the same. I'm so fucking glad you said that, because the other part of this was there's nothing fucking different about me and you. I was that girl too. I was a mess. I was a shit show, right? I'm still a shit show. It's just a new level, a new like higher vibe level of shit show, and I just enjoy it a lot more, right? And I get better results. But by all accounts, and when I'm comparing myself to other people, which I slip into sometimes, I still feel like a shit show, right? I stay in my same fucking story. I'm so sick of it. Yes! That is the place we need to be. Not one more fucking week, day, hour, moment are we living in this bullshit anymore. And at some point, we're going to come to the place where we're like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done telling the story that everything's hard and I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say and you guys don't understand. And like, we want people to know kind of the struggle that we've had or how hard it is. So like, we talk about it so that they know, so they understand why we're not showing the fuck up. Because otherwise, we would wake up and crush it every day. So what if we started shifting the story, right? What if, hey Erin, first timer, nice to meet you. What if we started shifting the story from, this is so hard, I don't know what to do, you don't understand, this is hard for me, I'm just gonna keep showing up this way, I've tried for so long, I've tried everything, I've done everything. No, the fuck you haven't. You wouldn't still be struggling with it if you had tried everything. So here's the big tip. Right? So I came face to face with myself and I had to make a decision. And every single one of us who is doing the work and showing up and who's, like Brene Brown says, in the fucking arena, right? Getting their ass kicked, right? Like, we're all in this together. You're gonna have a moment, just like I did, where you come face to face with yourself and you're gonna have to fucking decide. It's just about deciding. Can you own the fact that it has nothing to do with the shit that you went through, or who's currently around you, or how fucking insane your husband drives you, or how difficult your kids are, or how hard you're trying, or how many times you've tried and failed, and how you've tried everything? Or can you put that shit aside long enough to say, what is the one thing in front of me that I can do? Imagine if you spent the next fucking year showing up, doing the one thing that you actually knew to do instead of bitching about how hard and confused you are and how you don't know what to do. Imagine if you just did that for fucking 30 days. Imagine if you did that for the 3 next days that we're in this live training together. For 3 days, you literally call yourself out on every fucking time you tell yourself how hard it is and you don't know what to do and you've tried everything, and you put that shit aside and don't judge yourself for it. We all do it. That's why everybody's like, yeah, that's me too, because we all do it. I did it. Everybody does it. It's just the human condition, right? So what if we just like was like, okay, no big deal. Like, yep, I fucking did that, and I don't have to keep doing that. So I can let that shit go. And for the next 3 days, I can show up and I can look for the moments when I'm tempted to tell my bullshit hard story. And instead I look at, what's the one thing I do know to do? Now imagine if you did the thing that you know to do, and then on the other side of that, you were like, huh, and you gave yourself some credit and you let yourself feel proud of yourself. And then you ask yourself, what one other thing do I know to do? Do I know like I know like I know? Not the frantic bullshit, I'm just gonna do a whole bunch of things, right? Think about that. You're so welcome, Tiffany. In our culture, doing a bunch of frantic shit is considered good for whatever fucking reason. Because ask anybody on the planet, it doesn't work for anybody. That shit does not work for anybody. So given that we know it doesn't fucking work for anybody, why are we still fucking doing it? Like, why are we still telling ourselves, like, frantically doing a bunch of things means I'm a good girl, I'm a good boy, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm getting somewhere? No, the fuck, you're not getting anywhere. You're just getting deeper and deeper into that hole that's not moving forward. It's like Groundhog Day. It's like the same fucking day over and over, the same story, the same bullshit, the same shame, the same guilt, the same all the crap that just keeps going. And none of it is, I'm free as fuck. I get to travel the world. I have financial freedom I don't have to worry about in the bank. I enjoy the time with my family and kids. I feel safe. I'm proud of myself. My gifts are being sent out in the world. I'm healing and transforming the world. I have a big vision for where I'm going. I'm constantly pulling myself there. I'm staying on track, and I'm doing the one fucking thing in front of me that I know to do to get myself to that next level. The one thing in front of me. And here's how it works, right? Running in circles, hell yes. So here's how it works. You'll do the one thing in front of you. If you make the shift, this is some high level shit. This sounds so basic. It's like, yeah, of course, why don't I do that? Well, that's why most people don't have this kind of life that we're talking about, where they're actually lit up by what they do, and they're loving their life, and they're engaged, and they, like, every single, like this training tonight, I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I get to do this. And I'm so excited that I just get to gift it to people, right? Like, as we're packing, this is going to sound like a brag to some people, and usually I get some kind of hater thing, so hate away because my girls take care of me. I'm literally packing up my house right now to move to Sarasota, to our dream. We're in Rhode Island right now for the people who don't know us. We're in Rhode Island, and we just bought our very first home in Sarasota, Florida, and we're moving. It's like my dream home. It's like an in-ground pool and the house and everything. And it's like my brain still can't really comprehend that I'm going to get to wake up there. 2 years ago, I was living in someone's basement apartment that was like a shoebox, and I had like no washer and dryer, no nothing. I had to walk down some like stairs to get there, right? So that was just 2 years ago. So my brain's still wrapping my head around it. But here I am showing up, being able to gift all the stuff that I've learned and like love on people and help transform their lives while we're packing up to move to our dream home, and taking my business with us because my husband was able to sell his business and join my business because things are just going so well. Like, who the fuck gets to do that? We do. You do. You get to fucking do this. And yours might not look exactly the same. That's the kind of life I was longing for. Yours might not look exactly the same, but it's the same fucking steps that are going to get you there. And it starts with you have to admit what you fucking want. Like, what do you want? Then you get to come face to face with yourself, right? So you guys track with me? Let me know in the comments real quick, because I'll repeat that if you guys aren't tracking. So do you understand what it means to come face to face with yourself in the moment when you get to decide if you're going to focus on the story that it's hard and you don't know what to do, or you're going to shift and show up and fucking do just the one thing in front of you without thinking about step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just the one thing in front of you. Make sense? Yes, one step at a time. Mandy, thank you for keep giving. Thank you, Andrea. I love you, girl. We do. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to take that to the next level, right? So first we come face to face with ourselves, and we're going to fucking decide, am I staying focused on how hard it is and playing small? And I'm not even, let's just include this for 1 second. I'm going to stop here for 1 sec. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So let me just include this for 1 sec. In that first space, when we come face to face with ourselves, we're also coming face to face with all the people around us who are used to us showing up how we used to. And when we shift and when we change and when we choose to show the fuck up, the relationships around us are required to change. It's impossible for you to change and expand and like come to this new level, and the relationships around you the dynamic can stay the same. Right? It's like if you have a tree that has ropes on it to the ground, like the ropes are required to shift because the tree is growing, right? And that's a bad analogy. I just came up with that one. Let me get my drink real quick. Right. So you're also going to come face to face with the people around you who are going to tell you all the ways that you should stay safe and stay small and stay the same. I'm just going to say this about that. They mean well, usually. I would say almost always they mean well. But your brain's job is to keep you doing whatever the fuck you did yesterday and the day before, and just continue doing the same thing over and over. Their brain's job is to do the same thing, to keep them doing the same thing over and over and over, and to keep you doing the same thing over and over and over. So as you shift facing yourself, and now think about that for 1 second. First, we're gonna face ourselves, and we're gonna call ourselves out on our bullshit, and we're gonna release some of that past shit, and we're gonna stop using that as an excuse for not showing the fuck up in our life. We're going to stop using that as an excuse, like, well, I'm not good enough. Well, people are going to think I'm this. People are going to think I'm that. Is that what you really care about? Or do you care about getting your gift in the world and healing some fucking lives out there? Like, what do you really care about, right? So first we face that, then we face all the other people who are doing the same thing that we used to be doing. Well, you need to have a backup plan. It's not really realistic. It's a fluke, or, the chances of you being successful are pretty slim, or, we know other people who do this and they're not very successful at it. Or we start looking at other people like, wow, look at all the other people around me. We do one of two things. She's already doing so awesome, or he's already doing so amazing. I can't do the same thing. That market's so saturated, like nobody's gonna join with me because they're all doing it. Complete bullshit. The first time I launched my first ACA group, right? I launched my ACA group, which is a 3-month group. We do step-by-step business building. Marie Forleo was launching her first she was launching B School the same fucking week. I'll tell you, all my patterns came up. I was like, oh my God, there's no way anyone's gonna join, blah, 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 right? Like, this is just how people think. So you can expect, as you step into this, that shit's gonna come up. You're gonna face yourself, and as you do, and as you shift off of the trauma, that's really what it is. The shit you went through, and then you started making up a story about what it means, and then you started making a story about what the world is like and what other people are like, and then you got stuck with this belief system that's now showing up as your behavior, right? Have fun with your kids, Adana. Right? So, all it is trauma. So it's like looking down, right? Like, this is how I describe it. It was like looking behind your back, like, you sure I'm okay? You sure I'm okay? Right? So like what we're trying to do is show up and serve and look forward and look to the next step that we're doing. But what we really get in the habit of doing is like, but I might not be okay. But what's going on back there? But maybe someone's gonna shank me. But what if there's a fire? I need to make sure everything's okay. And that's just trauma behavior. It's survival behavior, right? And so as we're doing that and outgrowing that, we're gonna have people coming in with their survival training and start to try to get you to look back again. Like, whoa, 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 what are you doing facing there? That's not realistic. You need to turn back around and look at your circumstances. You need to stay focused on what is now. Don't stay focused on in the future. That's what they're saying, right? So like, how are you ever gonna fucking get anywhere if we're looking behind us? You're getting nowhere. So it's not something to judge yourself for because it's trauma-based, but it's also not gonna fucking get you where you wanna go. So just know that people are gonna come at you with that shit, and it's okay. It's all right. The same people that tell you that are gonna be the same people that come to you and say, how the fuck did you do that? I promise you that's what they do, right? Okay, excuse me. So that's phase number 1. Everyone was tracking me. Here's phase number 2. So first we're gonna come face to face with ourselves, and then we're gonna come face to face with other people, and we get to keep walking straight through that shit. Just like, this is how I think of it. It's like, step, and I just don't stop. Just don't stop. Don't stop. It'll get fucking messy. It'll get fucking hard. And you just keep fucking stepping. I know it seems dramatic. I don't care. Just keep fucking going. Keep fucking going. Community college, state college, university. Join as a health coach, right? And so then after I became a health coach, that's when like people came to me like, well, how the fuck are you doing this? And I learned like, oh, there's all this shit, the shit I'm teaching right now. They don't know, and I've figured out through this process, and so I can help heal them. It's literally the stuff I'm giving you right now is what made me such a successful health coach, and why I shifted into doing what I do, because I realized there was such an abundance of coaches and entrepreneurs and women and men who just wanted to live their dream life and couldn't figure that shit out. So now step number 2, that's the ego. We have to get the ego out of the way. That's so true, and this is how I like to think about it. Just because words fucking matter, we have to get ego out of the way. It feels like a lot of work to me. Like you said that and I was like, oh, that feels like a lot of fucking work. I ain't about doing a fucking lot of work. I just like stepping and just keep fucking going and just keep fucking going and keep fucking going and growing and getting through that next wall, and the next person said something and we just fucking let it roll off our back and we loved on them anyway. We just kept fucking going, right? Like this is like how I literally, the energy I feel in my life. So how I like to think of it is just like, I get to have what I want because all of the universe and God are literally rooting for me to have it. My longing inside was put there for a reason for me to get where I'm trying to go. That's what it was put there for. It was put there for a guidance for me to be like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be headed. That's why I'm longing for it. So I'm like, I have permission to go for my longings, to admit what I want and then show up and then back that up and have that. And so instead of like, we have to get the ego out of the way, it's more just like, instead of chasing the thing we don't want or like trying to push it away, we just shift and focus on the thing we do want, right? So it's kind of like I'm so glad you said that, Catherine, because I completely agree with that. And this is like a small tweak, right? So it's kind of like, instead of, I don't want to show up how I've been showing up, I just wish I wouldn't do this anymore or would start doing this, I just wish that. It's like, I'm choosing to recognize myself as the woman who fucking shows up, who doesn't give a fuck what people think, because I'm on mission and I'm gonna serve the people in the world and I'm gonna make a difference in the world and I'm gonna leave my fucking mark because I feel called. I know I'm meant for more, and I don't align with the behavior that I've been showing up in. It doesn't resonate with me. I don't feel good. I don't fucking like it. And I'm fucking done doing it. Right? So like, I'm just leaving. I just get to let that go. I don't have to focus on it. I don't have to remove it. I don't have to change it. I don't have to do anything. It just fucking is what it is. And I can just smirk at it and be like, yeah, no thanks. I'm going to stay focused on this. The thing that I want, stepping forward. What's my next move? How do I embrace more of being myself and show up bigger and just like have more fucking fun? Right? Okay. Now, phase number 2. Oh, Catherine, this is life-changing for me. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, sister. Diana, totally on your wavelength. Because we're all the fucking same. You guys are my sisters, right? Like, it's like my family. Okay. Phase number 2. Face yourself, face the other people. Then you're going to come into doing step number 1. So we're going to do just the first fucking step. Stop worrying about what you don't know. Do what you fucking do know. And don't do a bunch of frantic bullshit that someone else taught you to do. My motto is don't do anything your business doesn't require you to do. So you can apply that to your life as well. So like, I don't care if it's with your body, with your romantic life, with your children and being a mother, with being a daughter, with whatever the fuck, with your work that you're doing, with a book that you're trying to write, like whatever the fuck it is, clear the table, clear everything off the table. Half the shit, 3/4 of the shit, 90% of that shit, you never needed to do. Take that shit off the table and ask yourself, what's the one next thing? What's the one fucking next thing? Now, as you do this, maybe the first thing that you do is gonna be really easy and you're like, bang it out. Wow, that's so much easier. What's the one next thing again? Now you go to do this one and all of a sudden, well, maybe that one next thing is a Facebook Live. I'm running a, money making Facebook Lives group right now. And one of the things that comes up so often is they're worried that as they make an offer, they're going to feel salesy. People are going to be annoyed if they keep showing up and talking. They're not going to know what to say, or they're going to sound stupid and all these kind of things, right? So what's going to happen as you do one thing at a time, the one thing that's required for you to get to your goal. Here's the fucking goal. Here's you, one step in alignment with you getting the things that you fucking want in life, because you deserve to have them. You deserve to have them right now. And the only thing stopping you from having them is your bullshit, right? So what's the one next thing? And then what'll happen is, as you take one step at a time to get that one next thing, you'll get triggered, you'll get blocked. Something will come up, a fear, a story, a worry, and then we get to actually tune into what the fuck that is. The exact opposite of doing this, I think you quoted a few things I said on our call this week, hashtag all the same. Yeah. Where do you think you get it from, Emma? We are so all the same, right? Okay, so the opposite of doing one thing at a time, and then when you get triggered or when you get stuck, stopping and pausing, and then addressing that to see what is really fucking going on until you've resolved it so that you can just keep going in a straight line. The exact opposite is, I don't know, this scares me, so I'm going to veer off over here, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go here and here and here and here and here and here, because we don't want to fucking do the thing. We don't want to step into this thing. We don't want to show up and then figure out what is driving me from not showing up in the fucking thing that I know will get me the result. Why am I avoiding doing the very fucking thing that I know will move the dial in my life, in any area of my life, whatever the area is that you're really feeling stuck and frustrated, right? So why would we avoid the thing that we're not doing? Is because we don't want to feel the tension that we feel, right? Like so many times with my clients, I watch, right? Like I get to watch I've watched hundreds of coaches I've worked with at this point, right? Live retreats all over the world, our ACA groups, my mastermind and my diamond clients I get to do one-on-one, and then we have the smaller groups that I'm doing, and we have the membership area too. I'm just getting to know the girls in the membership area. So with hundreds of coaches, I get to watch them and I get to be like, is she gonna make it? Like, is she actually gonna push through that thing? I was just talking this with some friends of mine the other day, and like, it's like watching them to see, like, are they actually going to push through the moment when they're coming and they're stepping, here's the fucking goal, and I'm stepping towards it, and then like, the tension hit me. Like, but I have to really trust myself, back myself, trust that I'm gonna be well taken care of in this, because I don't know what it's gonna look like after this. This step feels scary, so I'm gonna fucking squirrel out. I'm gonna contract, I'm gonna step back, I'm gonna squirrel out, I'm gonna take a left, I'm gonna just sideswipe, right? So we take a step left, and then we start doing a bunch of frantic stuff, because we know subconsciously we're not doing the fucking thing that we should be doing. We know, you're not stupid. You know, I just squirreled out. I didn't show up for the thing I knew I should. And so I went to the side, and then we're like, I tried everything. That's how we get to that place. That's how we get there. We're like, I've tried everything. I've done all of it. I don't know what else I could possibly do. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Of course you know what to do. Now the question that you may not be able to answer is why you haven't been able to choose to allow yourself to be in that tension where you work out what's really going on. What is that wall that you just hit? What is the ceiling that you just busted into? What is the beliefs? What's going on there? And that's the work we do, right? That's what it is. So don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that stuff. For tonight, all I want you to do is admit what you fucking want. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this in the comments. Admit what you want. Not what you think you should want. Not what someone else says you should want. Not what you used to fucking want yesterday, right? Not what you used to want yesterday. What do you actually want today? What is your vision for your life? Who do you envision yourself to be? Can you just be creative and let yourself actually just explore and be, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Imaginative. Can you just imagine? Can you imagine this wonderful, epic, big life? And what does that look like for you? And can you just start to expand? Sometimes people get triggered and shut down right there. Like, well, I can't admit that. That sounds crazy. People all the time, clients are saying to me like, well, this might sound crazy, but no, that shit doesn't sound crazy. You know what sounds crazy? It sounds crazy. Oh, I don't know. I've tried everything and I don't know. I have no idea what to do. Bullshit. Bullshit. That don't fly with me. Not what you used to want. Right? So number one, admit what you want. Number two, we're coming face to face with ourselves, right? When, or rather can, right? If just you can start recognizing the moment. You don't have to change this overnight, but if you could just start to recognize the moment when you come to that crossroad where you can choose to just do the one thing you know to do, or you can tell yourself the story that it's hard and complicated and do a bunch of frantic bullshit. If you can just start recognizing that moment, then we can start being like, pause. Okay, just pause. It feels so true that I don't know what to fucking do and this is so hard, but what if what actually will help you to change that story? And I can give you guys tips on how to do that, but you fucking already know how to do that too. You just haven't done it. You just are unaccustomed to doing it. You just don't recognize the moment it happens, and it just sort of happens and flies right by because there's a neural pathway set for that, right? So you feel the feeling and the neuron goes in that pathway. It's really fast, really sharp. And then of course, that's just like an instant reaction. So the first thing is actually being able to pause for a second and notice oh, here's that moment. I have a choice here, right? So face to face with ourselves, can you begin to recognize, I'm just gonna say, when you're spinning your bullshit. So I'll be completely transparent with you guys. I still spin bullshit. It happens. And this is what I actually do. When I'm spinning the bullshit, I will just stop midway. So even if I go to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, all these things are so hard and blah, 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 I'll just stop. Just I don't justify it. I don't try to explain it. I don't say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I just stop. I'm just done. The second I recognize I'm doing it, I just stop doing it. And then I just shift gears and start talking about something else. And then I'll go do journaling, meditation, I'll do a workout, I'll do something that'll reset me. Because this is going to be a lifelong thing, right? Nobody's just going to instantly magically be good at this tomorrow. Okay. Now, number two also includes, remember, face to face with others. With others spitting their bullshit at you. And number three, what is the one thing, the one next thing you can do that you know to do? Fucking do that. All right, I put this in the comments for you guys. I'm pinning it to the top so you have it. There it is right there. Right? Does this make sense? Because here's the thing that's important to remember. You don't have to this isn't This isn't some jigsaw puzzle that you have to figure out and master, and it's like everybody else has it better and easier, or they show it better, or you're just the one person who's so lazy and discombobulated and like just can't figure it out. All this is if you look at your circumstances, all they are is a reflection of your thought life. I know you hear this all the time, but like I need you to fucking listen to my words for a second. The money you have in the bank account, what your body looks like, what your relationship is like with your husband or your wife, what you feel about your kids, the fear or the worry that you're constantly in, the overwhelm, all of the emotions and feelings, just like all the good ones, those are included, is evidence of your thought life. All it does is tell you what you fucking think about all the time. So if you're frantically, like if you feel like you're in financial straits, it's evidence that, and I know sometimes this is hard for people to hear, but that's okay. I don't fucking care, because the truth is what's going to set you free, right? It is. If you are struggling financially, your thought life is shit about money and finances and what you're capable of bringing to the world and what you're capable of. If you are frustrated with your body, if you do not like how your body looks, then your thought life about your body is shit. It means you're consistently criticizing yourself and whatever and etc., comparing yourself to other people, bringing on some outside expectation of yourself, etc. If your relationship with your husband is strained and shitty and you never have sex, your thought life around sex and what's capable and possible of your marriage sucks. It means that you're consistently thinking about all the things that are negative and all the things that piss you off and all etc., etc., etc. Do you see? It's big girl panties to try this on. It really is hard to own this shit because we really like to blame other people and we like to stay stuck in the shit. I love heart showers. I think a lot of my clients are starting to figure that out. Oh, Heather must be here. I knew it. I was like, I see a bunch of hearts. Heather must be here. Hey, sister. This is awesome. You're really making so much sense to me. Yay. Right? So we just get to like, this is always the analogy I use. Like if you were going to, a yoga class for the first time, if someone went to yoga class and they were like, I stretched on the right side and it was good, but the left side was so stuck, it was so stiff, like, oh, my left side is just such shit. That's not what we would think. We'd be like, okay, cool, that's good information. Now we know we really need to stretch that left side. So looking at yourself for what it is, like taking the glasses off that like, oh, it's someone else's fault, it's my past, it's whatever, and just being like, wow, this is my shit. Like let your ugly come to the surface so it can get cleaned up, because really it's beautiful. It all comes from good intention. It comes from you trying to heal and looking to make things better. And that old shit isn't working for you anymore because now you're here. You're here for a reason. Like I do not believe in coincidences. This was the title. Stop fucking around and be the leader you were born to be. For the woman who knows she was born for more, is ready to own her power and step the fuck up. So that means you are ready to stop with this behavior, to release this shit and to step into something new, which means you are ready for this, which means what's going to happen is you're going to step into this. You're going to start looking at shit for what it is instead of putting rose-colored glasses on and blaming other people and fucking making excuses. And you stop with the fucking excuses and you look at your shit for what it is and you release it and let it go. You get to giggle at it, laugh at it, make it not that big of a deal and be like, okay, that shit worked before. It got me through some tough times. Like God only knows what you got through with that shit, right? But it's not working for you anymore or you wouldn't be here. That's how I know it's not working for you anymore. This shit is not working for you anymore. So what is gonna serve you is for you to just fucking look at your shit. And all its fucking messy, crazy bullshit, just fucking look at it and just own it. Just fucking own it. I don't know what you need to do afterwards. If you need to punch a pillow or fucking, like this is my daughter's. It was behind me and I was like, fuck it, I'll just leave it. Right? Like if you need to fucking punch a pillow, scream, have a glass of wine, go run around your fucking block, dance to music, release it however you can, right? Like one of my Kundalini moves is like this. And you open your hands at the end and you just release it and release it and release it. Maybe you need a good cry. Maybe you need to listen to some sad music. I can recommend a playlist if you need to, right? Like this is also divinely timed, girl. You have no idea. Truly grateful for you. Yay. Love you, Jamie. On point and right on time. Yay. Love you, Heather. I'm ready. Unicorn magic. Hell yeah. So give me a I'm fucking ready in the comments. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to show the fuck up. I'm done with the excuses. I'm done with the bullshit that this is hard and I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm ready to fucking own my power and step the fuck up. Which means the first thing we're gonna do is look at our shit for what it is. And it might suck. It might be like, I'm motherfucking ready, bitches. Oh, hell yes. Let's fucking do it. I'm ready. Ow! I know you guys are so ready, right? Hell yes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to own our shit. We're going to look at it and then we're going to release it. It's not about like, oh, I'm so awful. It's more of the same shit. If you actually look at it and then you're judging yourself and it's so horrible, it's more of me shit. It's just more of the self shit. You got to release that shit so that it's gone. It's done. Like all you had to do was shift. That's it. You were focused here and then you looked up and now you're not focused there anymore. So what's the point in like being like, oh, I was focused here? Who the fuck cares? That's just focusing back here. Doesn't matter where you were focused because today we're drawing a line in the sand. We're fucking done with this shit. Now we're going to start on something new. We're done. You are never going back there. You are moving straight forward toward your fucking goal and you're going to stay focused on that and you're going to fall on your ass and you're going to cut your knee and you're going to cry and slobber and boogers all over your face and then you're going to get up and you're going to crawl slowly. I just did a blog on this today. I loved that blog. And you're going to crawl and then you're going to get up and you're going to fucking step it out and you're going to just keep fucking going and then you're going to fall again and you're going to brush yourself up and you're going to fucking crawl and then you're going to step again, right? And then maybe you just stumble one time and you step again and maybe you step for a long time and then you fall on your ass. Who the fuck cares? That's what it feels like to be alive. Guess what it doesn't feel like? Like, we feel dead. When we're living the same day over and over, it's like death. It's like death. It's just it's the opposite of being alive and being excited and lit up about fucking life, right? So we really get to do this thing differently. I'm ready to own my shit. Yeah, Rebecca. I'm fucking ready to show up, be seen, and take the next step. Hell yes, Mandy. Name twin. Actually, I just realized recently that I have lived a lot of my life in victim mentality, and I was like, wow, that's fucking annoying. And everything that happens is exactly what was meant to happen. There is no should have happened sooner. It was always meant to be now. There is no coincidences. There's a fucking reason you're here today. There is no coincidence. This was divinely guided and this was the moment for you to fucking make the shift. This was it, right? You never needed to do it earlier. It never needed to change. Your soul knew this moment was coming. It chose all of these things, right? And you opted into this shit and you're just going to keep opting into the next thing and you're going to keep choosing to back yourself, right? Hell yeah, boogers. That's fucking awesome. I'm all in. I totally own my shit and it's my time to just do it. Hell yes. Hell yes. Okay, now here's the thing. It's awesome when we're like, yeah, and the energy's behind it, but what's gonna happen when you fucking hit that next moment where it's time for you to show the fuck up? It's time for you to be honest. It's time for you to look at your shit. It's time for you to actually apologize to your husband and be like, wow, that was my shit, right? This is what I want you to do. I want you to remember as you're doing it, this is who I said I wanted to be. Wait 1 minute. I know it feels hard, it feels frustrating right now, but I wanted this. Just like right now, right? Like we're in the middle of fucking packing and I said I wanted the kind of business where I could travel all over the world and I could take my business with me. So then I was like moving for like 7 days with all 5 of us, literally moving houses, and I was like, oh, this is fucking hard. I don't know what to do. Like I should have taken the week off. Like why did I work through this week? And then I was like, whoa. I said I wanted to be good at this. That's what I fucking said I wanted. I said that. I said this is what I want. Not that's what I have to do. It's the only way to be successful. I said I fucking wanted this. I wanted it. I want to be a woman who's super skilled and it's super easy to just run my business from fucking anywhere and it's no big deal. So why would I be looking at it now like it's hard? Oh, my husband, blah, blah, like, I don't want to, like, own my shit, or I don't want to be sweet to him, I don't want to compliment him, like, this is fucking hard and annoying, like, I just want him to do more shit, and I just want to focus on, like, he's not doing this and this. Wait a minute. I'm the one who fucking said I wanted a really intimate, close relationship where I was uplifting and encouraging to my husband. I said that's who I wanted to be. So I better start looking and hoping for moments where it's going to be difficult, where I get to choose to shift. Like if you thought, like if you want to grow, this example I always give. I prayed one time, this really happened. I prayed and asked God, please help me be more patient with my children, right? So then it was like 2 days later or the next day, I can't remember. I came home and they were being like the worst assholes they had ever been. Like I was just so over it. And I was like, God, what the hell? And I was like, oh. I didn't say, God, please magically fix my children. I asked you to season me. I asked you to make me more patient. I asked you to heal me and mature me and grow me into the kind of woman who is really good at handling situations and being loving and encouraging with my children without bitching and snapping. I asked you to do that with me. So of course there's a circumstance where I get to practice and show up now, and I get to season and grow. So this isn't about being like, oh, everything's magically gonna stay this exciting. Shit's gonna get hard. It's gonna get real. You're gonna have to fucking shift and grow and get seasoned and show up. And that's the moment when you get to remember, this is who I fucking said I wanted to be. I said I wanted to be good at this. So now I get to practice over and over. I get to practice in these circumstances being this woman. I just get to practice. And it has helped me so much for me to be like, this is who I said I wanted to be. I said I wanted to be good at this. That's what I wanted. I never needed to. If I don't want to, I can change my mind and say, never mind, I don't want to be good at this. I decided I want this. That's totally fine. Change your mind any fucking time you want. But if it's something you want to be, you want the result on the other side of the circumstance, stop looking at the work that's going to have to be done. Stop looking at the, like, this is the process I'm going to have to go through to get there. Nobody fucking wants to go through the process of the circumstance. Nobody. Who the fuck wants to? Nobody wants to be in the growth season of their business. They want to be when they're having $1 million months and they get to just travel the world and sit on yachts. Nobody wants to show up and do the work. That's not the thing that excites you. The thing that excites you is the fucking result on the other side. Moments like this when I get to serve and love on other people and their lives are changing and they're starting to recognize things and shit shakes off of them and old trauma and shit that's happened to them. I get to fight against it by showing up like this and letting that stuff break off of them. That's the shit I want. I stay focused on that and I don't worry about whatever has to happen in between. I'm just all fucking in. Doesn't matter. I'm in. I just fucking do the thing, show up, take the next step. And I stay focused on the result that I get on the other side. That shit will excite you. And that'll start to pull you. Instead of you like, oh, I'm like striving, it just starts to like actually pull you. So you're pulled along to the next side because it's something that fucking excites you. Right? So when you hear coaches talking about this is easy and this will excite you and choose what excites you, choose the result that'll excite you. And then show up and fucking do the work. Right? So the work might not be easy, but you get to choose the thing that excites you, and that makes it easy because it starts to propel you. Yes, time to woman up. Oh, I love that, woman up. How have I never heard that? Did I say man up? I hope I did it. It's definitely woman up. Good fucking call, Jamie. Oh, it's so awesome. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. Okay, so now I'm just gonna open the floor for any questions. I'm gonna see how much time do we have left. Oh yeah, we still got like 10, 15 minutes. Hey Sarah. All right, oh my God, love heart showers. I love them so much. Do you guys have any questions, comments, or fucking statements that you would like to make today? Because believe it or not, saying the statement, your brain can't think about drama, trauma, and excuses at the same time that your mouth is owning shit and claiming shit. It literally, if you know any kind of neuroscience, cannot happen at the same time. So just like if you're trying to study or learn something and you can't, like your brain keeps scrolling out and you keep reading the same sentence over and over, all you have to do is read it out loud. Your brain has to do what your mouth is telling it to do, right? So saying this, right? Like actually writing it and focus on saying it out loud, claiming your shit is a big deal. It's a really big deal. And this is an opportunity for you to state what the fuck that you're claiming, what you want, what you know you're born for, whatever resonates with you or comes up. This is your moment to throw that in the comments and say that shit and fucking claim it and draw that line in the sand, step over and let your brain get on board and your nervous system get on board with like, this is what's fucking up. Because your brain doesn't know. It just doesn't know. It just needs a taste of what's on the other side. So your nervous system starts to calm down and be like, oh, okay, you're not gonna die. Like, I didn't know. I thought that this was gonna fucking kill you, right? That's what it thinks. Choose the result that makes you excited and do the work. Don't focus on the striving. Love that. Yes, that took me forever to figure out. I wish somebody had just said that to me. Like, yes, that's a fucking good thing to pick up on, sister. Hell yes. I kept thinking like, why am I not just excited to wake up and work out in the morning? How come I'm not excited to build this sales page? How come I'm not excited to whatever the other work was, do these webinars? A song came on the other day, like, what is it? I feel better when I'm dancing, yeah, yeah. That song, do you know that one? I don't remember who sings it. The Booty Girl, whatever her name is. And I was like, oh my God, I used to have to listen to that song every time I showed up to do a webinar because I was shitting my pants. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know who's going to be there. What if there's nobody there? What if there's only one person there? It's going to be so fucking awkward. And I used to like freak out. So I'd play that song and I would dance playing that song until I felt like the exhale, that release. And then I would show up and fucking do the webinar and crush it. And I heard that song the other day and I was like, yeah, I didn't know that back then. I just used to find all these tricks to get me through, but I didn't know. Nobody's fucking excited about the work. They're not. It's fucking, who is excited about that kind of shit? Like, nobody's like, yeah, I just want to build sales pages. I mean, no, that's not true, because there's copywriters who I suppose would love to build sales pages. So there is one niche of people in the world who would love to build. Most people are not excited about building the sales page. They're excited about working with the fucking woman that the sales page is going to help them get connected to and get inside of, right? That's the big thing. I've decided I'm done with the struggle, that I can choose not to live that story. That's my jam. Meghan Trainor, yeah, that's it. Hell yes, Heather. Onward and fucking upward. Who else is claiming shit? Come on, this is a big opportunity. Claim your shit. And here's the thing, just trust what comes up. And if you're here on the replay, it doesn't matter. Throw it in the comments below. I'm gonna be tracking with these comments, right? So like, what are you fucking claiming? What? And remember, we're not like, so Heather did both, right? I'm done with the struggle and I can choose to not live in that story. Like, but what is the thing we're going for? Like, remember, we're not going to chase the thing we don't want, because whatever you focus on expands. So you focus on what you don't want, and then you're like, why the fuck do I keep doing that very thing that I said I didn't want to do? It's because you're saying you don't want to do it, instead of saying, this is what I'm choosing to do instead. I remember when I first started like having success and having some kind of money, it was like, I always just stayed home on the weekends because we just couldn't afford to go out. Like, you go out and you spend money. So I really just disciplined myself to stay home. And then all of a sudden we had enough money to go out and stuff, and I didn't fucking know what to do. I didn't know what to do. All I knew was, I was like, I just need to not be broke. I just need to not be broke. And I lived so many years that way that like when I finally like was like, well, what do I like? What do I want to do? I had no idea. I still struggle with it. I've come a long way, but like I'm looking forward to going to many new levels with this, because it's still a struggle for me to be like, well, what do I want to do? It's like, I don't really fucking know. I don't know. And then there was a whole new level. I'm scrolling out a tiny bit, but maybe this resonates with you guys because it's coming up, so I'm going to say it anyway. There's a whole new level of being honest with myself. Like, there's things that like, well, this would seem fun or that would seem fun, but it's like the things I should want to do, but I didn't actually fucking want to do them. So one of the things that I learned was like actually like at nighttime like this, doing trainings like this with you guys, or going out on a date with my husband and having a glass of wine, things that didn't involve being home with my kids. So I have a nanny, and I started doing that, and like it was so amazing and so fun, and I love doing the trainings at night like this, and everybody was fine. The kids didn't fall apart or feel left behind, and actually I was like all lit up and like connected with them more, and it all worked out. But like society had told me like at nighttime you should be home with your friends, and like the reason I built my business was to have more time with my kids, and I don't work at night, so I'm home with my kids. But I was miserable. It was like all night of just like sitting home with my kids, or like trying to like, I don't know, we'll go out to eat or we'll go to the movies, and like on a weekday there's not that much stuff that you can go do. And I finally shifted and figured that out. So be honest with yourself about it, right? Like, you gotta be fucking honest about what you're shifting into and what you want. My phone battery is dying. Okay. Hold on, let me check what my phone's plugged in. But it must not be working. Hold it, please. And then I'm gonna look through what you guys are. Aw, Jamie, sing girl. Yeah, you know. You know, girl. All right, let me just check the connection. Is my computer connected? Nope. All right, hold on. Something's unscrewed. Yep, it's unplugged. Okay, now it's charging. Yeah, I love that you just said that, Jamie. I actually thought of you when I was owning the fact that I wanted to learn how to sing. I've just always loved to sing, and I think I have like a strong voice. Like, I'm willing to belt it out. I feel like other people aren't, but you know, I don't have a great voice. I would definitely have to take lessons and stuff, but like I finally just owned that I wanted to take lessons and I wanted to sing. And I totally thought of you, Jamie. That was hard to admit. All right, let's see. I am so fucking done with playing small. It is safe for me to believe in myself. I just did meditation work right before this and realized that I'm afraid of success because I believe I would hurt my parents by breaking the cycle. So common. I'm meant for my calling. It's fucking time. It is fucking time, girl. You are epic. You're so epic. The first day I met you, I was just like, oh my God, I fucking love her. I fucking love her. I fell in love with you like the moment that I met you. I am so rooting for you, sister. I am so rooting for you. Like the world is your fucking playground. Like, It is so fucking time. Hell yes, I'm so glad you're here. I'm ready to embody my inner goddess, empowering women to embrace their feminine wisdom, unleash their deepest desires, and light up the fucking world. Hell yes, Mandy. And what is the behavior? What is the behavior that you're ready to fucking, like, what is the thing that you're willing to show up at? Like, for me, for so long, I was like, just working out. I just wanted to wake up and work out, and I wanted to be consistent on that. And I knew if I fucking did it, I would show up better for you guys. I fucking knew it. I used to be a runner. I used to run 10 miles a day. And after I had my daughter, it really, my hips and joints and knees and stuff, and then I never found anything I loved as much, and I was kind of resentful that I couldn't run. So I just didn't shift into it. And so for the longest time, it was like in my head, I just envisioned myself as the woman who showed up and worked out every morning, like broke a sweat and like really got into it. And I was really frustrated when I wasn't in alignment with that, right? So the behavior was, I'm the fucking woman who shows up strong and works out and etc. And the other one was this, I sort of had this vision of myself like working from all over the place, doing lives when I was on the go from, you know, from hotels or from restaurants or wherever I was, in my car, whatever the fuck it was. And at first it was uncomfortable and hard, but like that was the vision I had for myself. So whatever comes up for you, right? It's like also just claiming that like, what is the behavior that you're, the goal that you're doing? So like showing up, like in helping other women, what is the thing that you're looking to, right? So for me, it was like, I was dead committed to having a business that I could fucking travel anywhere and show up for my people from anywhere in the world, any time zone in the world, anyone who's anywhere in the world. You saw people from all over the world on this live, right? So that was something I was really committed to, but that was about me, right? It wasn't like I'm committed to, that's a different one. Like when I'm committed to helping 100 different women this year get to 6 figures, right? That's like a different one. That was awesome. And what was the thing about me that I envisioned that I was ready to commit to? It's just specific in this training for that, right? Keep offering until someone says yes. Hell yeah. And Andrea, don't forget to call that a shit in, right? Because that sort of sounds a little bit of flavor of like, it's going to have to be a long time or it's in the future. It's like, I know there are fucking people right now that are starving for my support, and I'm fucking ready. I'm so connected to them. I'm calling that shit in. I'm ready to show up and fucking do the one thing in front of me and be powerful in order to get that, right? It's not like something that's in the distance. It's something we get to call in right fucking now. Oh yes, me, going to show up every day. Hell yes. Whole life up level. Yes, you are, sister. I would say you're like a multi-life whole level up level. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you credit for that. Yes. Hell yes. It's safe to up level. Not only is it safe to up level, what is the words? It's not just safe to up level, it's what life is. It's life. It's actual life. It's life giving for you and every single person in your life that you touch. When you grow and you show up that way and you participate in creating that kind of world, every single person around you. And my husband reminds me of this. I actually forget because I just get so focused on you guys and like showing up and like shifting and moving and being coached and like investing in the next thing and bringing on a team and hiring the next person. And I get really into like the depth of me, and like when my soul calls to something, I really like tune in and act on it. I'm like a massive action taker, right? So like sometimes I forget the impact that I have. And so like just today, someone local here in Rhode Island said to me, she's like, you're changing my life. I don't know if you know this. And I almost started crying when I read it, and I was just like, oh, like I forget sometimes. I forget that the impact that I'm having just by listening to my soul and believing that I'm allowed to have what I want. Believing that I'm allowed to have the things I long to have on the inside is really changing lives. And so my husband will reflect back to me sometimes what it's actually like for the people around me to watch me transform this way. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Not only was it safe for me to do this, it healed all the people around me, and people got triggered and people got pissed. But guess what? When they get triggered and pissed, I just did a live about this earlier. When the people around you get triggered and pissed, that's okay, because it just means that they're getting stirred up. Like, what do we want them to do? Like, sit there and rot in their muck and just like, this is all I think is possible and everything's so hard and I'm struggling and blah, 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 bitchy, bitchy, bitch, right? Or do we want to show up and shine so bright and so big that the people around us feel called to it and they will like go away? You guys need to go watch the live today on that. That was really fucking big. That was on my live page, or was that in a group? Nope, that was on my live page, right? So it was like the whole, like, yeah, just go watch it about that, right? So it's not only is it safe, it's life. It's like stepping into life. It brings life. It brings expansion. It brings healing. It brings all good things. So even when it looks like it's bringing something that's tough or hard, or people get upset or triggered, it actually heals them. It stirs up the healing. So Jamie, I definitely recommend going to watch that live. I talked a lot about that because that's so big. It's so big. You are participating in life, and it is an act of love on your behalf to show up and be your brightest self so that you can teach others to do the same. Like, I am permission for women to fucking show up and own their power and fucking step into their big life and shine really fucking bright so that all the people around them that are in the dark are like, like, oh, what is that? I don't know. I'm gonna shut that out for now. But it went in. That seed was fucking planted. So even if they fucking run away, or they fight it, or they buck it, or they snob it, whatever they do, that seed went fucking in. And you just started some healing growth, right? Because that fucking seed got planted and you participated in that shit. So hell yes, it's safe to up-level. Where your focus goes, energy flows. You attract what you focus on. Hell yes, Catherine. I am not my trauma. You are fucking not, sister. Being seen is and always has been the vision to share the beauty of this world. You are fucking not your trauma. You are not. It was a thing. It was an event. It was a moment. And the only thing that allows it to come back in is when we do this, right? It's when we're like, but am I okay? Are you sure? I need to check my circumstances. I need to make sure everything. I need to know everything's gonna work out. You have all of God in the universe showing up on your behalf to fucking actually create this every second of every moment of your life for your good, for your growth, for you to be seasoned, for you to become the woman you envision, to shake up all the shit that was never meant to be there, because that trauma, the shit that's left over from the trauma was not meant to be there. It's not meant to be there now, and you get to fucking decide to let it go now. You get to fucking decide that, because you are not your trauma. You are not your fucking bad decisions. You are not any other moment. And the only thing that ever needed to happen was for you to stop looking at those circumstances and just shift. It's the smallest shift. They feel so big. It feels so big, but it's fucking so small. It's so little. It's the littlest shift. It's just off of circumstances onto service, on to what's the next thing, on to giving ourselves permission to shine and do the next thing and be honest about what we want. Smallest shift, right? I love that, Danielle. Oh, fuck yes. I'm ready to be compensated abundantly for the gifts I'm sharing with the world. I'm ready to create massive value for myself and others and to be done with unworthiness and struggle. So, Mandy, what is the action that you're willing to take, right? So, like, I'm ready to be compensated abundantly sounds to me like I'm ready to fucking make offers. I'm ready to actually fucking show up and make offers without the story that I'm going to annoy people. I'm guessing at this because we're all the same. I'm ready to fucking make my offers, own my shit, let people know the value of this, and call their ass to more so that I can be compensated abundantly for the gifts that I'm sharing. So either or, maybe I'm willing to fucking raise my prices and start being honest about what I'm fucking worth. Some shit like that. Getting some interruption on the feed. I can't do anything about that. You can sing, I just heard it. That's funny. Sometimes I feel like, oh no, I can sing, and then other times I'm like, oh, that's fucking terrible. So I don't really know. I can sing a little bit, and then I need a lot of training. That's just the truth. Oh my God, thank you, girl. I love you. I love you right back. You're so welcome. Next level shit. Thanks, Chuck. A man who's a peeper. I love you, Chuck. Like, so much props, so much credit to the men who are in this and who are willing to look at this shit and willing to call themselves to more and own their shit and stay in this journey. It's so rare. So rare. My bullshit is I'm not worthy of compensation. I'm choosing to believe my gift is worthy of high value. This looks like just showing up online and joining Toastmasters. Showing up online and fucking making your offers. Like, what if okay, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. At the end of the 3 days, obviously I'm going to let you guys know if you want to go further with me how to do that. Now, what if I didn't? Like, how many people would just be like, yes, oh my God, that resonates. And like, okay, they're ready to fucking show up and they're ready to do the work and they're ready to like, that's it. I'm done. I'm drawing the line. Like, I'm all in, right? I've done that so many times, and like, I've paid lots of money at different moments. Some I've regretted, some I haven't. Either way, I learned everything I meant to learn, right? So it's not really regret, just some were tougher than others, right? And every fucking time I learned everything I was exactly meant to learn, and I got to show up and invest in myself. And that wouldn't have happened if the person on the other end wouldn't tell me how I could continue on, wouldn't call my ass to more, wouldn't call me out on my bullshit stories that I can't, or it's too scary or too hard or too much, right? And all I'm saying is that we need to be willing as entrepreneurs, especially as coaches, to fucking let the people know how they can continue, because you're going to do all this work to help them like do this, like to clear the fog so they can see. And so like now they can see for 2 seconds, and you're not going to give them the opportunity to fucking make a decision right then. We need to give them an opportunity to make a decision right fucking then. As a matter of fact, Susan, we don't have the sales page ready, but just in case someone's at that point, because I know what that feels like, can you go ahead and put in the link to the Prosperous Coach page? So you guys can, if you guys are interested in moving forward in the business coaching, I'm just going to put the link in there so you guys can register for calls. Because it actually is that fucking important. Tony Robbins, right? You haven't made a decision until you've taken a fucking action. So action is decision, not excitement. Excitement doesn't mean you've decided. Excitement is a great feeling and it feels good and it will propel you, but it needs to propel you to taking a fucking action. That doesn't mean signing up for something. It means whatever the fuck it means. It means getting on the Facebook Live or hiring the person or admitting the thing or having the conversation. But it means taking action, right? So believing you're worthy of compensation is awesome and feels good. Showing the fuck up and raising your prices and saying what your prices are that are really truly in alignment with you, and then actually making the fucking offer consistently, that is the action that shows you've decided. Otherwise it's just an emotion that you felt. It's not an actual decision. Decision is a fucking action, right? Or literally showing up for fucking Toastmasters and making your offer or whatever the fuck, right? That's next level. I'm ready to come out of the closet as a feminine intuition coach. I've been so focused on everything and everyone else, shifting gears from my catering business to my coaching, diving deep into my self-care practices, yoga, meditation, Facebook Live, starting my blog, offering Tantra and something else groups via Zoom, starting my Facebook groups, consistently providing value for my followers, creating a program. Welcome out of the closet, Mandy. Welcome to the world. The world is waiting, and there are so many women out there that are gonna truly, their lives are gonna change, and then their husband and children and sisters and mothers and fathers' lives are gonna change, and their grandchildren will be changed, and you're gonna start a domino effect out in this fucking world. And don't forget that for 1 second. You are going to change the world. End of story. Yes, totally. And if the people around you show up good, and if they don't good, it's all good. We create our own reality. Hell yes. Hell yes. Amen. Triggering others is proof that we're actually on the right track. Yep. It's an act of love. It's just an act of love. It's like what I figured out one day. I was like, what is this? I don't know this feeling. It feels like I should do this, but it feels wrong, and people are getting upset, and I don't know what to do. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's hard for me. I feel uncomfortable to do something I know is going to serve other people and help them. That's the definition of an act of love. I was like, oh my God, this is love. This is what love looks like. Yes, it's fucking love. I'm thinking about changing so much. We want to turn that into action, sister, right? That's a perfect place to begin. I love that you said it's okay to trigger others. I'm learning the hard way. Chuck, love being here. Yeah, brother. Love to have you. Such an honor. I don't know. I love when people hop in live and they're like, how are you? I don't know. How does it look like back there? Look at him. I'll let you decide. Okay, we're going a little bit over. Seriously, on the replay, feel free, if you're watching the replay, comment in the comments. Like, actually come to the Facebook page and comment in the comments so I can track with you there. Let us know if you have a fucking statement, if you're claiming your shit, if you have questions or anything. Just post it right in the comments. Still go tag your friends, tag your sisters and your brothers out there that really, you know that this will serve them to hear it. I just want to share this to the people who need support, right? My intention is just to get it out there and get people served and loved. Like, we don't hear this enough. The shit I'm sharing, the reason I share is because I recognize, like, holy shit, nobody's saying this stuff to people. We don't hear this. Nobody teaches us this. It's not in our culture. Our parents didn't know to teach us. Like, nobody's telling us this, and we need to hear it. It's like oxygen to us, right? Like, you are safe to go big and show up, and I fucking promise on the other side of you showing up for this shit and making that decision and following through, you are going to fucking love it. All the good things are on the other side of this versus fucking Groundhog Day. Life-changing for me. I'm so glad, Catherine. All right, guys. I love you so big. Email will be going out for day 2. You should have already gotten the times. If you haven't signed up, mandyperry.com, and then you'll get the times for the Facebook Lives, and the replays will be going out at the end of this for you guys to have continuously in the future. I love you so much. Have a fucking epic night. Go make a decision and take fucking action. Don't just think about it and be excited. Use the momentum of excitement and clarity to actually make a decision. Your intuition will tell you what that is. It'll tell you, right? And you're gonna have 2 more days of this, and by the end of the fucking 3 days, we're gonna make some decision, take some action, right? Whatever the fuck that is in your life, whatever area that covers, right? All right, I love you guys. Oh, you're so welcome. Hey, Kelly. Have a great night. Love you.